everybody, welcome back. I am here today to finish my little series of videos that I'm doing, my DIY gel, doing my nails, gel manicure. So in my previous video, I took off these three fingers, the polish, and I took down the layer of base gel, and off camera I went ahead and did the same on these final two nails. I've done a little bit, I've shortened my nails, done a little shaping with them, kind of got them all prepped and ready. So now what I need to do, I need to do the fill with my rubber base gel that I use, and then of course I need to go ahead and polish my nails so that they look like my left hand. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean my nails off real quick with, I've got some rubbing alcohol on here. It's just to make sure that any oils from my skin have not transferred onto the nails. So I'm just giving them a final clean off with some rubbing alcohol. I can also do this if I want with acetone, but acetone's so harsh, I try not to use too much of that. So got my little bit of rubbing alcohol. I've got my glove on for when I need to cure my nails. Got my nail lamp over just out of camera angle. You can kind of see I just bumped it. So I'm ready to go. So I've got remnants of my Kodi polish here. This bottle is getting pretty low. I've got a spare waiting if I need it. I'm just kind of cleaning off my gel brush. And this is my dominant hand I need to fill, so this is going to be really challenging. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bubble. I start with my thumb. So I'm just kind of placing that bubble down, and I'm just pushing that gel up towards the cuticle, but not getting it on the cuticle. This is really hard for me, because I am right-handed and I'm trying to fill my right hand. So the nice thing about this gel, I can use gravity to my advantage. Just tip my nail down and let the liquid kind of run towards the tip of my nail. Keep it away from my cuticle here. It's a little hard to see, but I just have to make sure I'm getting the edges adequately. So I've got that pretty good. I'm just going to grab, I have a little tool here, just make sure I check I don't have anything on my skin, because I'm having a hard time with this. But I think that looks pretty good. I'm keeping it down, pointing down to keep it from running into my cuticle. I'm going to go ahead and give that a flash cure. I'll do 20 seconds to 30 seconds since this is a first coat. Got a fairly powerful lamp, as you've heard me say in previous videos, so it shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. About 8 seconds to go. I'll be ready to go on my next layer. I need to get my bottle away from my lamp. Okay, so get another little bubble onto my little brush here. Okay, looks pretty good. Again, I'm not left-handed, so this is kind of challenging. I'm just trying to be very careful that I don't push a ton of product up into my cuticle. Take all the excess off of my brush so that I can kind of drag down the excess down the nail. The next step after this is cured, I will need to address the apex and the stress point. I'm going to go ahead and cure this. So I'll need to address the stress point to get that nice shape of my my nail. I do, you know, I am right-handed. I'm doing a fill on my dominant hand. That's what this video is. So I have to be really aware, I'm a farmer. I'm pretty hard on my nails anyway, and I'd say I'm probably doubly hard on my right hand because I am dominant on my right hand. So this is good. I'm just kind of looking at it. I need to start thickening it up over this stress point, which is going to be kind of right here. It's pretty thin there, and I'm going to need to kind of fill that in, and it's probably going to take me a couple of times to do this. So I've got a little bubble of gel on my brush, and I'm just going to dab it on, flip my finger over, and start manipulating that gel to make that apex where I want it. This is a challenging part because the gel really does like to run a little bit, and it's me kind of trying to get gravity to help me out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flash cure this quickly. I'm trying to shield my brush from any UV light coming out of my lamp. So I'm going to see how that flash cure worked. That's good. It's definitely going to take me a few little sessions like this to get that apex figured out. It's challenging on that right hand of mine. I'm just going to finish curing this layer and then try again. My gloves, using my gloves to try to protect some of my skin from the UV light. Okay, I've got another bubble here. I'm going to just get that down on the brush. Applying it here, working it. I'm going to flip my nail over. Again, pretty much just using gravity to help. I'm going to flash cure that. I'll do 10 seconds on the lamp, and I'm going to take a look at it and see if I'm getting there. I am kind of getting there. I'm building up that apex very slowly, which is good. I don't want to go too thick too fast because I run the risk of not properly curing the gel and causing problems. So I'm just taking my time. I do have trouble with my thumb. I'm pretty hard on it, so I definitely need to make sure I'm doing this and getting a proper layer where I want it. Okay, I got a pretty good bubble here. Sorry, it's just out of camera, but I got a good bubble on this. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm kind of having to manipulate it as it's sliding down the... So I'm just going to deposit that on the nail and kind of work it. Again, I have to flip it over. There we go. This is looking good. Just going to check it and flash cure that. Again, try to protect my brush from the UV coming out of my lamp. I'm going to go ahead and just let this cure for 25 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm getting there. I'm really starting to like the way this looks. So I'm looking at it. So the stress point of the nail is going to be kind of right here, across here. So I'm trying to build up a curvature across there where it's a little bit thicker gel across there, and it's getting there. It's not flat anymore, if you can see that, but it's not quite ideal, and I'd rather put too much on because I can finalize the shape with my nail drill or my emery board. So I'm going to keep kind of going on that. Getting there. Like I said, less is more. I'm just kind of doing some short layers. I'm trying to figure out the right amount of gel to pull out of the bottle here. Pretty good sized blob. Okay. This should probably be my final layer, but we'll see how this goes. I can manipulate by moving my finger. I can really manipulate the gel where it's going on my nail. This is looking pretty good. I'm probably going to get a peak I'm not going to like, but I'm really moving it around. Getting my lamp ready to go. Doing a flash cure. It's only 10 seconds. It's not enough. Oh yeah, I'm okay with that. And actually I'm going to add just a little, there's kind of a funny bubble. So before I finish curing this, I'm going to add a little bit. Didn't quite get on the side here, so I'm going to kind of clean that off. I will have to clean this up for sure with my nail, my drill, but that's okay. I'm pretty used to doing that, unfortunately. That's a nice thing. At least I can get this part done and a thick enough amount on there to provide some real good strength on that nail. And I'm definitely curing this for at least 30 seconds. I might go a little bit longer just to make sure that this final coat, 30 is probably good because I got to finish the other nails. So it's a good start. You know, I'm looking down the barrel of my fingernail. It actually looks pretty even in most spots. There's a bit of a bubble, a hard bubble right there that I'm going to have to take down with the nail drill, but I'm okay with that. So I'm going to, because this is so easy for me to bump this nail, I'm going to go ahead and take that inhibition layer off with some rubbing alcohol, that sticky layer, just because I need to do my other nails. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to do these nails for you guys, and you sit back and watch. I'm sure when I put this through on video, I'm going to probably put it on fast forward. So sit back and watch this go by fairly quickly, guys. Thanks. Okay, guys, I finished these two nails now. I'm going to go ahead and get some rubbing alcohol and take the inhibition layer off like I did on my thumb. And then I can work on my remaining two fingers without concern about bumping the sticky inhibition layer and kind of making a mess. So getting it all over my hands. So just kind of going ahead and making sure I got these. I definitely, you know, I'm going to have to do a little more shaping again with the, oops, well, look at that, guys, with my nail drill. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I've got 3 of my nails done. As far as my fill, again, I've got a bubble right here that I'm going to have to really, it's a big hump. I'll have to take that down, but that's okay. I can do that fairly quickly with my nail drill. Pretty good with the apex here. I've got a bit of a hump right here, not too bad. This one's got a big hump here. It definitely ran down, so I'll have to clean that up. But as far as the shape across these, I feel like I've got a good layer across my stress points. So I'm ready to move on to these nails. I'm going to go ahead and clean them off with some rubbing alcohol just to make sure I don't have any oils from my skin on my nails. Kind of prep them for what's to come here. So hang tight, watch me do these last 2 nails. And available. So let's go ahead and look at this. You know, pretty good. I've got some bumping here, some bumping here. You know, all of them have a little bit of a lump and a bump. So I'm going to start with my trusty file, and I'm going to work on those bumps. And the nice thing about this base gel is it is a rubber gel, and it is really easy to work with in this regard. So this is not my first rodeo with putting a little bit too much on in some spots and then needing to kind of take it down. So that's interesting. That right there is a chunk of gel. So I may not have cured that one well enough. I'm just going to clean it off with rubbing alcohol. Take a look. Just getting all this stuff off so I can get a better look. It's alright, it just took a chunk of the gel off. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the curing lamp for another 10 seconds since I took a pretty good chunk off. This is one thing you do have to be careful with. I get a little overeager and I'm cutting down the time because I'm trying to do less time in the lamp for my hand overall, and you know, I'll do back and forth from finger to finger, but that's better already. So I think I just got a little aggressive with my filing. That chunk's on there, it doesn't want to go away. So you almost have to feel it, because when you start filing and you rough up that shiny spot, it starts to kind of give you a little, kind of plays with your eyes a little bit. I feel like I've got a ridge here where that, yeah, I do. So I definitely took that chunk off. What I might do here, I'm just going to finish filing this. See that? It's coming off. So I'm going to file that off, and I'll have to get out my gel again and just kind of, that's so much better already. I'm going to add another layer, thin sealant layer over that. Not real happy. I'm going to cure this in the lamp after I clean it off really good. So did you guys see that? I got a little aggressive and took a little bit too much off. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this in the lamp just to make sure that underlayer is cured. And then I'm gonna just quick get my brush back out and put a thin layer back over that. Hopefully that was the only one I'm gonna screw up and need to fix, but we will we'll keep going here. I'm gonna work on this nail, my middle finger. A bit of a bubble off to that side. So I'm going to be a little more gentle while I take the hill off of this one. Clean off the dust and take a look at it. It's pretty good, but I need to get in on the sides a little bit. Kind of rolling my nail across there to check that feel. Okay guys, hang tight. I am gonna go get my nail drill to do the final cleanup, so hang tight. Alright guys, so I just have my little cuticle bit in for my nail drill. I scooted that out of the way. I'm just going to clean up around my cuticles before I move into polishing my nails. So, setting this on low. I kind of like just cleaning up along the edges. Let me turn this up a little bit. So I'm just checking to make sure that I don't have any chunks of gel resting on my skin or up against my cuticle. Usually happens on this side here, so I kind of also helps to shape this a little bit. I generally get a bit of a hump on this side, so I can take that off with that drill bit. Kind of makes for a nice transition as it grows out. It's better already, so a little bit more. About out of rubbing alcohol, a little fresh on there. Okay, I'm ready for some color. So I've got my gelish pH bond, and I gotta grab my color and my top coat. So we've got top coat here, base coat here. Okay, there's my nail primer. There's the primer, it's acid free, and then there's my color, which is this color here. So we're going to start off with this acid-free primer from Modelones. First I'm going to do my dehydrate with my pH bond. This is kind of like probably overkill, but it's just to make sure that I haven't gotten any skin oils on my nail. And then this primer does not go under the lamp. So you just put it on and give it a chance to kind of settle on the nail with the air. Very similar to the pH bond. So, have that done. And I'm going to go for my base coat, Modelones base coat. Really like it. It is UV, so it does require the lamp. So we're gonna, I don't need a lot of base coat. Pulling off the excess. I'm gonna go ahead and cure that. I have my lamp off to my left. I'm gonna give that a good 25 seconds in my lamp. Should cure fairly fast. It's a thin coat, so just making sure that I cure it well enough that I don't have a sticky layer underneath that didn't cure properly. Okay, so I am ready for my color. This is Modelones. I'm just gonna get rid of that, it's so ugly. I'll stick it on the bottom. There we go. So it's a really pretty color. It's this color here. I really like it. Got a lot of compliments on it, so it's feeling like a nice spring pink coming through winter here. So it's very opaque when you first put it on. It definitely requires a few layers. I like it without. Yesterday on one nail I put a silver mirror polish under it on the one nail, and I guess I kind of like it this way, just the way it is. It's kind of running down the, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a cure. About 20 seconds in the lamp. It's a thin coat. The important thing is to do a thin coat. Several thin coats are going to be better, especially when you're working with a polish with glitter. And it's really challenging with larger glitter. Now this polish is quite nice. It's got very tiny glitters in it, so they go on fairly evenly. That's what it looks like. Very opaque looking. You can certainly do a couple different types of looks with this, depending on how many layers you use. Making sure that I'm getting my edges good, including the front. I don't have quite enough on my, gonna have to put a little more on my brush here. Okay, so that's 2 coats. I'm going to go ahead and do that another cure, at least 25 seconds, maybe 30. So this is the finger that I put the silver mirror under, and then these other fingers, the other 4, do not have that. You can see the difference in the colors. So I think I like it like this. Now what I took off was like this. The last week, or the last polish I had, they were all like this, and I really like this instead. So, okay, I need at least another coat on here. Again, when you do thin coats, sometimes it's going to take 3 coats to make the color you want. Ooh, that's so pretty. Checking my edges. Look how pretty that is. Okay, final cure of the thumb. Set that out of the way. I'm going to do a full 30 seconds on this. Nine seconds to go. And I'm going to check my camera, you guys. I might go ahead and cut away and reset my camera, so hang tight here. Okay, camera's in good shape. So we're going to go on and do a couple more. I'm going to start with my acid-free primer. I do not have a top coat yet on my thumb, so I'm going to be a little careful with it. It's got the sticky inhibition layer, so try to do 2 nails at once here, or well, not necessarily at once, but that does not get cured in the lamp. But the base coat does. I'm careful that I don't pick up too much of the base coat. This tends to get really heavy on the brush. I really like the brushes that come with this Model 1s. They just do so well. Okay, those 2 nails have a nice amount of base coat. I'm going to cure those. Pretty color. I'm going to do at least 25 seconds on this base coat. Make sure it's nice and solid and cured. Okay, so those are ready to go. Get that out of the way. Get my nail color here. Just popped out. Alright, I'm going to start with this one. So pretty. Turn that around. Back side has more polish on it. I'm just checking the edges from the start to make sure Getting at least a little bit on there. Too worried for the first coat. Go ahead and put those in the nuke. Do at least 25 seconds, maybe 30. Make sure they're nice and cured. 15 down. I have to say, I think my #1 problem with my lifestyle and having finished pretty nails is I'm so hard on my nails that I tend to rub the top coat shine off of them, and they get dull because I'm just basically rubbing a layer off the top. And I think so far this Model 1s has held up the best with all my abuse as a farm person with horses. It's challenging. So I have to say, I think this Model 1s does a nice job for longevity on the top coat. I'm pretty hard on that stuff. I do tend to rub them all off, just in the normal wear and tear of being a farmer. Okay, I'm going to cure that. So I have to say that I think Model 1s does a really nice job for the top coat. It seems to handle my abuse fairly well. I've had some top coats that rub off and are quite dull in like 3 days, and this my nails grow out in about 2 to 2.5 weeks. I need to do a fill, and this at the end of that time frame it is starting to look dull, but that's a whole lot better than 2 days. So third coat ready to roll here. Ooh, that's so pretty. So pretty. Just making sure I've got my edges good. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty and pink, just like the movie. Her name was Andy in the movie, right? Am I right? It's a very old movie. Molly Ringwald, Pretty in Pink. I think her name was Andy, her character's name. Okay, I'm going to cure those. So, Andrew McCarthy played her love interest in that movie. Teenage love, high school love. That's such an old movie. So with these 3 nails that have their color on them, I think I'm going to go ahead and do their top coat, because then I can take the inhibition layer off and not worry about blemishing them while I do these last 2 nails. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, I have good things to say about Model 1's top coat. It does it does very well against the abuses that I put in, and the amount of abuse I do in 2 weeks. It does dull in about 2.5 weeks, but it's to be expected considering what I do to my nails. Ooh, so pretty. This is such a pretty color. I'm just kind of making sure the edges are covered adequately. I think that looks pretty good. So I've got 3 wet nails right now. I have to be careful. I'm going to go ahead and cure those in the lamp for 35 seconds. And then I can quickly take, this is supposed to be a no wipe top coat. I always wipe it with rubbing alcohol to get any sticky residues off. I don't know why you wouldn't. So they claim it's a no wipe, but I wipe all my top coats off. Okay, that's 35 seconds. Let's see if I can get my rubbing alcohol back open. Get a little on here. Just go ahead and do a nice clean off. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and just clean off the next two nails that I'm going to work on. Which I think I'll let you guys can watch that in fast forward, right? And then we'll just cut in at the end to show you the final 5 fingers done. So hang tight, everybody. Here we go. Okay, everybody, I am just doing the final cure on the top coat on my last 2 nails. So I will take the inhibition layer off, and then I can show you the final product. I'm gonna have a little cleanup to do, just to make sure the gel is off my skin. I'll do that later with the drill bit, but and maybe a little bit with the emery board, but I'm just doing about a 40-second cure to finish this. Here we go. So I'm just going to get some rubbing alcohol on here. Woohoo, that was kind of a lot. And do the inhibition layer. We'll take off the glove to show you guys the fingers, how everything looks. Just going to give it all a swipe with some rubbing alcohol to make it super shiny. Making sure I'm getting all the edges underneath the nail, anything that got any kind of gel on it. So what do you think? Isn't that pretty? There they are. Sparkly in the light. Very pretty. That nail has some silver mirror polish under it, but the rest are as I just did today. Just the Model 1s. So pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching me do my nails. Really appreciate it so much. I hope you will click that subscribe button and smash the bell for notifications on all my new uploads. Leave me any comments or questions you have below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.